Hello, everybody. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models. Okay, for this cheerful, chilly Sunday, I just got off work. I took a power nap about a couple hours to rest my soul, rest my energy, and ready to do some more work. Okay, I believe this is video 3 on my Pyro ST standard dispatch tug by the great folks of Pyro ITC, now Lindbergh. Okay, there's a lot out there like mine. Different color schedules, everything, different ideas and views. This one's mine. I try to keep this thing as aesthetic as it can, as it was released at that date in 1960. Actually, this model came out around 1956. I got this probably around 1960 or perhaps earlier, I don't know. I bought two of them. One, I don't know whatever happened to it, and I saved this for a rainy day. Okay, this is radio control. I got the speed control over there. I got my receiver, transmitter box all handy to fit that inside here. And I'm going to take it for a maiden voyage probably end of this month sometime. I'm not going that pond down there. I went down there and took a look at it there. I was kind of curious to see if I could see my boat out there. I couldn't find it. It's pretty deep water out there. I might just forget it, which I've already had. I just kind of curious. This will not take its place, but I learned a lesson well. Don't take stuff out there in ponds like that. Something I should have known a long time ago. But I got overzealous, and that's what happened. I paid penalty. This will go in a lot more calmer water. Swimming pools, small ponds like I go to all the time. Nice calm water conditions. It'll be okay. And I got a 6-volt battery pack I put into it, or it'll run. Talk about motors. I went down to the warehouse and I got about 8 of these big old 740 12-volt motors. I'm going to put that in my Dumas Jersey City tugboat. It's right there. That's going to be a fall build. Until I get my place and everything, get things situated, I'm probably going to do a little remodeling where I'm sitting at. All these planes up here, I'm going to clean them up real good, and I'm going to put them in a box and take them back to storage. And clean this area up, I'm going to run a piece of plywood right in front of me. It's 8 foot from the air to here's 8 feet. No longer than that, probably about 9 feet. I got 9 foot from that window right there to here. And I'm going to lay some plywood all across here, build shelves down here. I got a big room I can work on my bigger models here until I get my place get situated, which I hope so real soon. I've been promised so many times that the house I'm going to get. There's always something going on. I don't know if the guy's pulling my leg or what, you know. But life goes on, they say. Okay, back to the tug, of course. Now, I fitted a stack is molded in black plastic. It's going to be black anyway. So instead of painting it black and brush painting that S on there for Standard Oil, I went ahead and just, as you can see, I painted it white. And the S is the NAS down. And I just cut out the maskings around the S. The S will remain white. I'll airbrush black on the stack, move the masking to be a nice white S on there. The color schedule of these things could be anything. I just picked the one here right off my modeling box. It looks pretty close to it. It looks like maybe pre-war United States Navy color, Army Engineer colors, probably which they were. The private steamship lines that went out and bought a lot of them off the Maritime Commission. And they went ahead and painted their own colors. Most of them are probably black or charcoal gray hulls. But this is all gray with a green water line. And I got the bumpers I'm going to put in tonight. I'm going to take those bumpers, I'm going to prime them and paint them. I'm going to give them a whitewash. On the bow bumper, I'm going to paint it A real light wood color. Light wood color. And matter of fact, about the color of this here, oak color, Humbros. Then I'm going to take this black insignia over here, burnt insignia, oils, make a wash and put over it, working it. It'll bring it real well. And I'm going to put a white wash on the bumpers, the side bumpers. And the rest of the fittings will just go together quite naturally, be all black, I imagine. So this thing, I'm going to probably do some weathering on this thing. I got rails put on here. I got portholes put on here on the engine skylight area. And it's coming quite nicely. It's got a little weight to it. It's got motor and everything inside of it. Take a long time to paint that superstructure. I like to work slow, guys. I can't work fast on these things. I see some of those fellows out there knock these things out in a matter of minutes. Like, God, how the hell is going to build stuff that quick? You know, last time I built a model that quick before, I had glue all over my hands and you name it. Sloppy craftsmanship when you build too fast. Take your time. Ain't going nowhere. This will outlast you. This is truly a nice tug, guys. I'm kind of glad I brought this out of mothballs and start working on it. It will not supersede my Carol Moran, but I learned a valuable lesson from it. You just can't put stuff like that in the water in those conditions and expect to get it back, especially with a fishing pole or something. You know what I mean? We know more of that jazz. I should have known, but I ain't gonna burn that out anymore. So I like this little gem right here. I've been working on the tug here, and I've been working on my RMS Titanic. I got a lot done in this thing. I got promenade walls all on there, everything. I got my photo etch windows on the officers' quarters, also on the promenade deck walls are treated the same way. It's got lights in it, it's all lit up. Let me show you guys. Since I got this big brute in my hand. You know, for 1/350, this thing's it's a big model. You know, I can imagine what 1/200 scale one would be like. All right, guys, kill that light right there. Kill that one behind me. Alrighty. Dynos running full blast. Got those LEDs in there. That's all lit. So I figured guys will like that. I know I do. Put it over here. So I've been working on the Titanic a lot. I'll work on a bunch all at once, get them done. I got big projects coming up. I got my big SS Melody 2. It's a tramp steamer for Dean's Marines. Ordered that 12 days ago. I don't know when it's going to get here. When it gets here, it will get here. But right now, I got more stuff going on. I don't have to worry about it getting here. It will get here eventually. Okay. Now, uh, yeah. Get back to this tug right here. I'm going to finish this bad boy up tonight. If I had done by tomorrow, I'll definitely be done by tomorrow. I have to find a deal. I'm going around. Excuse me, guys. Hang on for a second. I got some soup beans cooking up on my stove on the galley. I got some cast iron full of cornbread in the big old cast iron skillet that you put in the oven, like my mother showed me how to do it years ago. So it has cornbread and soup beans. Sounds good. I've been wanting that all for pretty much all this week. Finally got it. What was I going to do here now? Before I was interrupted by the odor of beans cooking. Oh, yeah. On my Dumas tug over here, I'm going to be working on that too. Other than painting it and everything, getting ready to go. There it is right there. I'm going to go ahead and put the motor in it probably by tomorrow. Get this going. I want to get that in the water by the end of this month. Alrighty. Here's the kicker, boys. This thing here has been calling on me. Let's see if I can. I'm thinking about feel like working on a paper model of the motor ship Normandy, TSS Normandy. And this is about 1/200 to 1/250 scale. It started at 1/400 scale, but I took it down to Kinko's, not Kinko's, but the Office Max. I had it blown up 2 times bigger than what it is. I can remember on the 1/400 scale, the model was 27 inches long. So it's probably be about 50 something when I get done. So the model was a picture right here. Yeah, here it is. That's what it looks like when it gets done. And I think I measured it. It's gonna be 40. It's gonna be 49 inches long. That's how big it's gonna be when I get it together. I might work on it tonight or work on it tomorrow, but it's been calling on me, so I took it out of my paper model storage area. And feel like maybe the guys get a kick out of me building it. Want me to build it, I'll build it. If you don't want me to build it, I'll build one of these years when I get a little older than I am right now. Okay, so this is going quite well. Tomorrow this thing will be final reveal. I have nice pictures on here. This is truly a nice tug, guys. I mean, I really, you know, suggest getting one of these things. And there's a lot of stuff out there on this thing. As a technical note, this actually probably was one of the first plastic models that you can actually put a motor in it. It was actually published back in 1956. No radio. Just one of those old pond sailors. You pull up the top, turn the switch on, turn the motor, put it in the pond. You got your brother or somebody over there. You let the steer in the pond. The guy turns around, puts it, turns around, sails back to the pond that way. That's me and my brother did. Hours. We didn't need radio control. And what's cool about it, sometimes it makes its own course. Of course, with the centrifugal revolutions of the screw, it'll cause the ship the torque. So we always trim the rudder a little bit to keep it straight. My brother goes, I've got a problem with this thing, Frank. So what's the problem? This thing won't stay straight and rudder straight. You know why? Gary goes, what's that? Because the screw is turning. It's a right-hand screw. It's turning right. As doing, it's like an airplane. It's a torque. Torque is causing it to move over. So you know how you fight torque? Turn the rudder in the opposite direction. It'll keep that bow straight. That's how we did it. Just like flying a regular airplane, a rubber-powered airplane. Down thrust, about 3% down thrust. And take your rudder, just turn it a little bit this way. That way the torque will keep nose up straight as it turns to the left. Then when power runs out, the rudder turns a little bit to the right. The plane will circle to the right, and glide to the right. Too much will cause it to wing over. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. That's all you need. Okay. Well, this thing was it's uploading here. I'm going to go ahead and get my supper going for me. The cornbread's not done. And yeah. Oh, I've got to tell you guys something. I had an experience last night. It's probably around. I worked about. I worked 15 hours yesterday straight. I got off work, took a shower, went to my bunk room, hit the fart sack back there. I must have slept like a baby, a couple hours. And I felt something rubbing me, soft hands. A Ruth used to do that to me. I woke up and it stopped. I think my wife has visited me. Let me know she's okay. She's okay. That's what I'm thinking, guys. I believe in spiritual stuff. And, let me tell you guys a story since we're on spiritual stuff. I used to think that stuff was a bunch of hooey. These paranormal guys coming over. Somebody come over and get your money and laugh at you as they go to the bank and cash that check. And they say to themselves, I wish you had more suckers like this guy. We could retire in 5 months. And that's what I thought at first, but I was wrong. Let me tell you guys, this is God's truth. I've never been so honest my whole life and so truthful my whole life until the story I'm about ready to tell you guys. It's gonna be a little lengthy story, but it's going to make it worthwhile. To let you know that there is life out there. There's two types of life: there's spiritual life and physical life. I used to work night shift. I come home from work one evening. Wife was crying, and she got out. She got out and held me, hugged me. I said, "What's the matter, honey bunch? This house is haunted." I said, "Well, it can't be." She says, "Yes, it is, Frank. Yes, it is. I seen two people in this house: a big man and a very small man. They just looked at me. I thought it was you. I yelled for you, and next thing it was gone. It always comes to the kitchen back there. That's where my man cave is at. Because you lock the doors in this house. Oh, I lock them all the time. Well, keep them locked." And he said, "Somebody probably trying to get in, trying to put a whammy on you or something. If I'll do, I'll call the police. Or I'll take care of it myself." And she goes, "Nobody was in this house. I think we got ghosts in here." And I told my wife she's really crying, upset, and I believe her. I said, "What am I supposed to do about it, Ruth? I can't run spooks off." So, Frank, I know somebody that can do all this work. I got to think, what kind of work? You know, Mike? Well, yeah, that's your grandson. She goes, "Yes." He knows a guy that's been doing it for 30, 40 years. Doing what? She says, "Paranormal work. They come in your house, they bring a team in, and they said, Ruth, they're into the money." He says, "The guy said he'll do it for $200. I got to think of $200 just for this prank. I got to have it. That's okay, Ruth. All right. Get a hold of them and see what they can do to give you consolation and give me consolation. See what's shaking. It's nothing." So no, it's not. She goes begging. "No, it's not, Frankie. No, it's not." I was okay. Settle down, settle down. Next day, come home from work. Same thing. She was scared. She was in the bathroom, and I took the key, opened my door. Doors are locked. I said, "Ruth, Ruth, where are you?" "I'm in here. I'm in here." I said, "What are you doing? What's the matter? You okay?" I thought she could have fell in the bathroom. No, she didn't fall in the head. She didn't fall at all. She locked herself there because she was scared. She said she went in the kitchen and she felt something cold behind her, and she looked around and she seen that man. He was smiling at her, and he disappeared. I go, "Holy Joe! This is enough of this, Ruth. Call these people up, get them out here. I want to be here and see what's shaking right here." She goes, "Oh, okay, Frank." She got a hold of him, and I came home from work. I got off work early. So, guys, I gotta get out of here. I got family issues at the house I gotta take care of. I went home, and my wife brought the people over. Three guys came over. As they came over, they introduced themselves and tell there's no trickery here. I'm doing this stuff. He gave me a card, papers, his credentials, and everything. And he had his little transponder standing up. They had lights on. He took one, he set one over here. Most of the activity, my wife says, comes from the kitchen. And from the kitchen, the galley, next to the galley is my big man cave, my old house I have. They put one in my man cave. Guy walks in, wow, look at all his airplanes. So never mind. He puts one inside the man cave, puts one in the kitchen, one in the living room, and one in the hallway. Okay, you guys ready to begin? So first, before we begin, let me explain this. It says spirits run on energy. It says these things here let you know these are like transponders. He says if it feeds an energy, yellow lights will flicker. As they're flickering, it's picking up energy, and it stops. The red green light comes on. It's here. Then when 3 green goes across like that, and it stays green, it's as far away from you as I am as you are from me, which is like this. It's actually right in your face, looking at you, trying to say something to you. Whew, that's scary, I said. Okay, let's get on with it. So he sat down. He had some kind of a gizmo in his hand. I think it was a recorder, almost like the old walkie-talkie. This is a Skywalker 444 over. Click like this, just like the old-fashioned radio, speakers you talk to all the time, like Howard Original and stuff. I call it the 1MC. You push, you talk, and release, and answer back at you. Well cleared and said, "You ready to begin?" "Yeah, let's go." Right away, they talked to the spirit. Nothing going on. See, are you in this house right now? What do you want? Nothing. By the time he said that, one of the guys in the galley back there said, "Hey, we got activity back here. We got a green light going on back here, and 2 flickering yellow lights." And Mark Young right there, who I hired to do all this stuff, said it's coming this way. All of a sudden, the transponder was going on like this. I'm not making this stuff up, guys. This is God's truth, so help me God. If I'm lying to you, Christ will give me a heart attack right now right in front of your face. I'm very honest, sincere, and I believe, and I do believe. And some of you out there probably believe too. Okay, as we go on, he clicks again and talks. "Do you know Ruth Day?" All of a sudden you hear it. "No." And I was watching his hands all the time. And there was a response. And I was watching that guy in the kitchen too, make sure he wasn't going like this. The other third guy, he was monitoring the hallway. He didn't have one of these things. The only person that had one of these intercom jobs is one of these microphone jobs was Mark Young, one who was trying to find information. Then he hits it again. "Do you know Frankie Day?" "Yes." Right away, this is the truth, guys. This is the truth. I was really I was in shock. He says, "Who is Frankie Day?" "My brother, Gary." My brother died of AIDS about 30 years ago. About 30, 40 years ago, when that stuff first came in. He got a blood transfusion one time from a automobile accident. He got some bad blood from a donor. He was gone within 8, 9 months after that. He was gone. And he passed away. "Gary, Gary." And my brother Gary always says this: "It's me, it's me, it's me." Because my mother and father used to address my brother: "Gary, come here. It's me, I'm here." "Well, get over here and wash your hands and get dinner." And right away, guy goes, here, just push a button and release. So Gary, is Dad there? Yeah, he's right next to me. He's got legs now. See, my father lost his legs from diabetes. I said, Gary, I says, how is it like where you're at? He says, just like Earth. He says, same thing. Just don't go near the dark. He says, there's doorways right here. Each doorway takes you to a different location. I've been trying to find you for a long time. And I finally found you. So I like your models, he said. And all of a sudden he cleared away. Because I know I was in the man cave back a few times working on models, me making videos. I can hear stuff like stuff moving around. Mice don't do that. Mice may knock something over. But shuffling around, my brother Gary always loved models like I do. I cried. I lost it and I cried and I believed. There was no trickery involved. So last night when I was sleeping, I felt nice, beautiful hands. Hands of a beautiful woman. Rubbed my arms, and it was my wife. I knew it was. I asked her how they know where you are. And says, you got to have a connection. I said, what's the connection? You got to have something they have to give to you. Hmm. So I got pictures of my wife up there, our wedding pictures were up there. And I got our wedding pictures that we had. We got married. And that's exactly all these wonderful wedding pictures I had. Me standing up there drinking a beer with my rat terriers. I had me and Ruthie married 23, 24 years. And these pictures were taken about 20, 27, 26 years ago. I took all these pictures. I got married. That's my lawyer right there who married me, who married my wife and myself. I had 400 people at my wedding. Guess how much it cost me? $278. I worked at a place called Bullwinkle's. It's a big five-star scale restaurant, and they got a big banquet room up there. So my boss says, "I'll tell you what, Frank, you get married. Congratulations. You guys get married up in that room up there." Oh, so we had the whole banquet room up there? I said, yeah. And he said, you cook your own food. Don't worry about it. And we'll work out something on the cost. So I cooked everything. I cooked enough food there for, you know, being, being in the Navy like that. Heck, I cooked like I was aboard ship. And yeah, it was a wonderful wedding. And I'm glad my wife come and visit me. And they say you got to have you just got to have a connection. And weapons can, and yeah, so many pictures right here. Yeah, I look like this guy in the war. Hell, I must have what in my 50s when I married Ruth after losing my first wife. I was married 32 years to her. She died away of cancer. So I got two wives. Okay, it's enough that, guys. I think I went beyond the video this time and then some. And like I say, guys, I'm not making this stuff up. I think a lot of you fellas probably had a similar experience too. And you got to be good and say your prayers every day and ask God to forgive you for all your sins. Every day we sin. We live in a world of sin. You expect that. You live in a world now that's full of sin, and 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 that's it. I mean, and you just got to. Because I want to go to heaven. I want to be with my wife, my family, like you all, everybody else does. Who wants to dance in brimstone and fire all your life? That ain't fun. Okay, I'm out of here, boys. And I'm gonna try to get a live. I might get a live action night finishing up this here tug. And I'm not gonna promise anything. Every time I promise something, I don't do it like that. My apologies. flaw in my character sometimes. But I'm going to try to get a live action going on this tugboat. We'll finish this bad boy up. Tomorrow I'll have it done for final bill. And I'll work on doing this tug. Anyway, to the Normandy, let me know if you want me to build it. If you don't, I'll save it for a rainy day sometime. Okay, this is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models signing off. Take care of the little ones. Take care of Mama. Stay focused in your drive. Beware of your surroundings. Get yourself a kit. It's getting cold outside. No barbecue today. Too nippy. And get yourself a kit. Get kit crazy like Stu says, and enjoy life. And say your prayers. I love you fellas. We'll catch you on the next video. This is Frankie Day from Frankie Day Models signing out. We'll catch you later. Bye, boys.